When I think about how I divide my time, it's very carefully. I'm Alex Diaz. I'm a professional marketer in Seattle.
It's not connecting to my mic. Hi guys, how's it going? It's not connecting to my mic. It's not connecting to my mic. Ah! It's not connecting. I'd love to show you guys, but I don't know if this will be able to. It's always something, isn't it? It's always something. I literally spent 10 minutes setting everything up, making sure everything looks good, making sure everything was connected. I got all my windows here. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. I got all my windows. I got recording. Bam. Look at that. Logic Pro, made sure that was all set up. Good to go. My mic's fine on there. It looks like we're good. Chatting. Over here we got Twitch. Did you just load that in? Interesting. All right. I meant it for it to be on that page. Yeah, everything was good to go. I made sure that this thing was cool. And then now it doesn't connect to my mic. I'm like, good to go. Press record. Oh wait, my mic's it's got that blank bar on it. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Now it reads as a device. Now it reads as a device. It was not reading as a device earlier. But now you hear that crystal clear quality. Guys, this is what I pay the money for. This right here. This is now an ASMR stream. Hi guys, how are you today? I hope that we're all doing swell here on this Wednesday. I'm here to audition with you as an intermission, a brief intermission. What are you guys up to? What are you doing? What are you doing today? I'm going to go to the multi-stream chat because I don't trust that Twitch will contain it all. If you're on Kick, I don't see you. I'm so sorry. If you want to join the conversation, please join us over either on YouTube or on Twitch. Those are the two options to join the chat at the moment. Because as of right now, it doesn't pull in. It says that it's pulling in from Kick. I don't think it is, though, because if I chat, this is supposed to send it out to all sources. And that's what I get. So I get Twitch and then YouTube. So it is what it is. But I got a brief audition today. I got a super cool audition today. I got some exciting news to share. Of course, I can't exactly... Here, let me change the camera. I can't exactly share all details, but it's pretty nice, to be honest. This is one of the bigger auditions that I've gotten as far as like what they're quoting. I think that it's going to have huge competition for this, so I'm going to be really excited if I do get it. But it's an agency that is a rideshare app, and they're looking for a voiceover. And in that voiceover, they will pay you to do a session fee on the order of magnitude of a couple hundred, maybe a few hundred, for a session fee. But on the buyout for using it is on the order of magnitude of tens of thousands. So that's pretty sizable. That's pretty sizable. If I land this is going to be pretty nice. So that's just like the stakes that I'm playing with today. So I want to make sure that I do a good job. But a little bit of housekeeping because I haven't seen you guys in about 5 days. It's been a little bit since we've streamed, since I've done a little stream. But this is where we're at today. Recording chat. There we go. This is where we're at. So I figured I'd do a little bit of auditioning on ACX2. While we're here, we may as well put some auditions out. It's always good. Whoa! Hold up. Check you out. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you, Apocalypse. Welcome to the chat. What up, dude? Yeah, as you can see, it's obnoxious. But I love it. I got to get used to like toggling back because I was like, wait a minute, something happened. And I could sort of cheat. I could see it on the alert box that somebody had subscribed. So welcome to the chat. Thank you very much for the subscription. I appreciate you for following. Thank you. I am a voiceover artist here on Twitch. So today we're doing some auditioning today. Usually I do audiobook creation. So that's sort of what I'm showing right now is like my previous creations, what we've done so far, where we've come from, where we're going so far. Sales overview. I like to do a sales overview because it gives you like a good idea of how we're doing, like a finger on the pulse almost. And right now today, honestly, you know, that's not bad. That's not bad. 17 sales all month since the 17th. So we're kind of pacing it 1-to-1 every single day. And, you know, it's the 19th, but sometimes the data doesn't totally catch up with it. I think right now we're about a sale a day right now, which is it's pretty nice. We've had some peaks in here. We have 1, 2, 3 days of 3 sales. Fantastic. So great to see it. And this is actually the first month that we've had a sale in France. That's awesome. Shout out to France for buying, I think it was Baccarat. It was either Baccarat or 21. This is one of these books up here, one of my best sellers. So thank you so much. Merci beaucoup, France. I love you. Je t'aime. Je t'aime. So, yeah, we've got the first Francophonies down there. And got 1 person from Australia, 4 from Canada, and, of course, 11 from the United States. Shout out to all of you guys. Thank you so much for buying and supporting everything that we've made so far. Like I said, I get like 76 cents per purchase of these, and the benefit to me is 76 cents. The cost for you guys is like $15. So please reach out. I'll give you a free copy. That's definitely how that should work, and that's how it's working here today. How can I say I love in France? Je t'aime. Je t'aime. Je t'aime. It's obvious from the mic quality. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. What's up? It's good to see you. Thank you so much. First time chatter in the chat. Good to have you. And thank you so much for the follow. But I'll say that you don't need a mic like this. If you want to try it yourself, you really don't need the Shure SM7B. Yeah, they're, what? I'm, like, looking at these for, like, $50. I'm like, no, that's, that's not at all. Not at all. Not even close. Yeah, these things are, like, $500. Like, this is the closest to the true price here. I don't know. I think these might be fake. There's no way you're selling them for $100. There's actually no way. I bought it from Shure, and they were like $100 with delivery. So this is free delivery. Maybe I bought something else. Maybe I bought the headphones with it too. I don't know, but it was $500 for this thing. But that's just because I know that it's something that I love to do, and it's something that I can invest in. So That's basically where we're at with that. What's up, dude? Good to have you. I cannot read your name with this. Hold up. Sprung Bean. What's up, Sprung Bean? Good to have you. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm selling Shure SM7B microphones. Link it in the chat. Link it in the chat right now. See what you got. You might not remember me, but I was in your Twitch 3 weeks ago. Let's see. I'm trying to remember 3 weeks ago. I keep losing your streams. Yeah, that's totally fine. And I totally expect it. A lot of the times people will come in and they'll be like, I love your stream. What time do you stream? I'm going to watch you tomorrow. And then they like don't show up ever. I totally expect that because I'm such a small creator that even if you have me on your notifications, a lot of the times when you come on to Twitch, I'm going to be like the very last in your notification tab, or like over on the sidebar, I'm going to be all the way down in the thing. I'm going to be all the way down. So like the only thing I could really hope for is like not a lot of other people are streaming at the time. So I'm sort of like higher on that list, but I don't even sweat it because I'm just here living my truth and I'm happy to have you whenever you come. Do you remember me? I think so. I think I remember you. I think I was I was broadcasting from the closet when you came in. Was that true? Is that true? The Fortnite kid. Can't remember exactly what we were talking about. Fortnite. Were we talking about? Oh yeah, you were saying that I should broadcast I should broadcast Fortnite. I think that was the thing. I was telling about how I was alive during the inception of Minecraft. You'll be the highest one day. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Apocalypse, I appreciate that so much. That's a lot of faith in me. Thank you. I think that I want to just keep trying, and who knows? Who knows what will happen if I just keep trying and keep putting my streams out there, and I keep pouring my heart and soul into the art that I love. You know, maybe one day it'll come back and it'll come full circle. But as of right now, we're doing a lot of voiceover work. We're doing a lot of audiobook stuff. And the nature with audiobook, you'll kind of see this right here, right? Like, I'll show you this graph right here is very telling. So 17 sales. And like I'm saying, we could pull out the calculator for this, but 17 multiplied by 0.76, which is usually the going rate. I usually get about 76 cents per sale. We're looking at approximately $13, maybe somewhere in between 13 and 15. So you're looking at $13, $15. Let's just say 15. Let's round up, right? Let's round up. If we go on to my projects and we go on to completed, I've got 10 projects on the market. Each of those projects are, I don't know, somewhere around like 5-ish hours. It's about 50 hours of produced hours. For every produced hour, you need to record about 2 hours initially to get all of your mistakes in there. Usually about 2.5, somewhere in between 2.5 and 3. So what you can do is say for every 1 hour you are going to produce, you need about 3 to 5 hours of initial record and then edits for all of those. So 5 times 5, we got 250, maybe 300 hours going on here. 300 hours for $15. Not a lot of dollars per hour there. So, you know, it is what it is. 17 in 1 month, yeah. So that's the month so far. If I zoom it out a little bit, it gets a little bit better. Like, I can, for example, go to August of last year, and that'll show you we've got 159 sales so far. So that's in 1 year's time. Not year so far. That's total, like, since a year ago, this is what we've made. And you can see that we really only started in October. October's our very first sale. So, and that very first sale was me, by the way. I bought my own book, so I'm kind of down a little bit. But this is before I could this is before I figured out I could gift myself the book, so I didn't have to buy it. But you win some, you lose some, and you live and you learn. So 159 multiplied by 0.76, we've made about $120 so far. We've made about $120. That is, if my calculations are correct, about. Actually, I can do these calculations better. 120 divided by about 250 hours. Yeah, it's about 50 cents an hour. So, if you want to work for 50 cents an hour, audiobooks are where it's at. And I say all this to make a point, though. But let me just read this real quick. 2 weeks ago I was on vacation. I saw that you were live. Then I tried to watch you, but it didn't let me. Oh no, shucks. 17 1 month. Hey, that's all good. That is totally cool. I appreciate you trying, though. Thank you so much for that. Thanks for the attempt at the support. It's support nonetheless. The thought was there, so I appreciate it. So if I buy the book for 15 and you only take 60 cents, so I take like 76 cents on average. Some books I actually do make more, like the Philosophical Methods book that I released with Andrew Kudin. That book will net me about $1.50. But there's some other projects that'll net me maybe about $50 or 50 cents per. So when you average it out, it really comes out to about 76 cents. I might have to recalculate that at some point to figure out a more accurate number, but that's basically what we're working with right now. So, yeah, that's the thing. So you buy the book for $15, and I'll show you how that kind of splits out. So it's pitched to us as a 50-50 royalty split. It's pitched like that because that sounds really good. When you hear 50-50 royalty split, you think, oh my God, that's insane. But that's not accounting for the fact that Audible takes, I can't remember if it's 50% already or 60%. Something like that. I think it might be a 60-40 split where Audible takes most of it and then the creator is left with 40%, except the creator needs to share that between the producer and the narrator. So like the person that has the rights to the book, the rights holder, which is usually the author, but sometimes it's a company that supports this book, they'll reach out to you and they'll have you make the book and you make them money essentially for them just owning the rights to it, What's up, Lila? How you doing, Lila? Welcome in. I was explaining the nuances behind the accounting inside of audiobooks, and trying to showcase how $15 will break down to 67 cents basically. And I want to say it's probably more like $1.50 if it is $15. But in many situations, like you'll buy an Audible credit for $15. So it would make sense that Audible credit is worth $15. And yet, if you spend an Audible credit on a book, a lot of the times you don't get like that portion of the credit. You get like basically how much the book would have been worth instead of the Audible credit. It's such a weird system. That's stealing, bro. You deserve more. Yeah, it's a little annoying. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little annoying. But that being said, I feel kind of weird about it because 159 people bought this book, listened to this book, and enjoyed this book insofar as they did. So that means that my work got out there in front of eyes, and I have to think about this like strategically, because if I really wanted money, I would just go to work. I make tremendously more money if at my full-time job, so I could just go do that. However, I do want to create something that people enjoy at the end of the day, and sometimes that comes at the cost of me making money. And that sucks for the time being, but maybe at some point it'll build up I can cultivate my skill set, right? I can get better at presenting material. I can get better at cultivating material. I can get better at Logic Pro, stuff like that. Do you make money on Twitch? And that's kind of where I'm leading to it as well. So, like, I make very little money doing this audiobook stuff, but if I broadcast this to Twitch, then I can simultaneously, as I'm creating these audiobooks and I'm showing people how to make these audiobooks, I can also make connections with people. And, like, if people come in and they want to support, then I get money from that as well. I will say it's not much money at all, but it's enough to where I can direct that into a savings account, and I could say, this is going to sit, and if I need to improve my software at some point, if I need to improve my microphone equipment, if I need to do something for the enterprise, I can direct it in that way. But I would like to get to a point where I could sustain myself and I could, like, buy property and live off of that and then create compulsively. That would be cool. But yeah, no, we're not to that point just yet. So that would be cool. I would really enjoy that. But we're just getting started. And, you know, I feel like with Streamlabs, this is doing me a lot of service here. It's got a lot of really good modalities that I've been playing with. I've even seen how Healthy GG Gamers, I think his name is, Healthy Gamer GG, he's a licensed psychotherapist, I believe. And he makes a lot of videos on YouTube. I was listening to him all day. And looks like he actually broadcasts, on Twitch as well. So I've been listening to a lot of Ludwig, where he has this concept of creating content for a YouTube video and then using that video to direct people towards your Twitch stream, which will then create more YouTube content, stuff like that. So why don't you write your own book? And that's a good question. And that's the thing. So, like, there's something to be said about eyes on something, something that people care about. If I talk about something, if I just got up here and just talked about me, I would lose most people very quickly. You know, I have to talk about things that people really care about to begin with. And I find this with YouTube videos as well. If I made a YouTube video about who I am and what I'm doing and me, right? What it does is it's like nobody really cares about me. Like, you know, there are many people that do in my own personal life, but the average person isn't going to really care about who I am. So I have to do something that they already care about. So whether that's, I mean, in some of these projects, it's like my projects. Let's see what I've worked on. So I've done a lot of gambling books. I've done poker math, blackjack and craps, baccarat, how to play blackjack like a pro. You know, a lot of those, I have nothing to say on the matter. Those are my best-selling books. Like, those things sell like hotcakes. Every time I release one of those books, they will sell out, well, not sell out, but they will sell like 5 copies immediately. Like, people can't get enough of them. I have nothing to say on the matter. So, like, if I can connect with somebody who knows a lot about it, like this gentleman, Oliver Romanov, he's written a book about it. He plays poker all the time. Like, this is a person that's very skilled in that and can write about it. I don't have that skill set to write on something that I don't really super know about. I would probably write more about, like, the biohacking guide, this book right here, Mastering the Art of Optimizing Your Body and Mind. This is something I would probably make. And you can see the interest in it is 7 units since March. So that's what? That's about one sale per month. People super aren't interested in that. So, like, I could definitely write a book, and I could create an audiobook from it and make so much more money, but the amount of people that buy that book is going to be substantially less. So that's my only point there. Wait, do you sell books? I don't personally sell books, but I do narration of books. And I narrate these books that are posted on ACX. Those books are then submitted to Audible, and then so they get on a major platform. I am releasing a book on Findaway Voices, which will put it to all platforms. But the ones I really truly care about the most are Overdrive, which is your local library. If you have a library card, you can actually check out. Yo, thank you so much, dude. Dubs in the chat for bros. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that, my man. So, yeah, the thing that I really care about is Overdrive, which connects with your local library. And you can get the book for free. And that's what I want. And even to say that, like, it's not necessarily free. The library actually gets an allotment that they pay you. So it's a win-win situation. Yo, what's up, dude? Yo, this gameplay deserves a LOL. Bot alert. Somebody get this guy out of here. Somebody get this guy out of here. We got a bot in chat. Hold up. I don't know how to mute people. Mods banned him? Did they really? Wait, who's a mod in here right now? Raise your hand if you're a mod. I think I made myself mod on a different account. Hold up. No, I'm just joking. Yeah. Bruz Man Thunder. Sorry, dude. Okay, so blocking will hide all streams and clips of streams, filter them out of all chat, and prevent them from contacting you. Yeah, but does it remove them as a follower? Because I'll be sad. I'll be sad to have to lose a follower. That's okay. That's all good. Let's reload. Hi, guys. Whatever, I don't care. It's just numbers, dude. It's just numbers on a screen. It doesn't mean anything. You got to bring the meaning to it. The thing of it is, people can have 100,000 followers, right? But that doesn't mean that they have something to say, or what they do say resonates with an individual. You know, your content has to have meaning. It has to have substance. And that can happen in a chat of 10 people or in a chat of 10,000. I don't know what came over me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Let's get down to business. So I've got a opportunity to read this voiceover. Bam. All right. So don't mind the capitalization on this. You know what? I'm not a huge fan of the chat clearing every single time, but wait, if I go back to chatting, will it come back? No, dude, it clears every time. All right. Okay. All right. It is what it is. What time is it for you? It's a good question. It is 8:30. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. So it is 8:30 right now. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. 9:30. Oh, cool. Let's see. I'm going to guess you live in Charlotte, North Carolina. 4:30? Oh, dude. Oh, are you from California? Oh, man. Close. Maybe not close at all. Maybe you're from New York. Maybe you're from Rhode Island. I'm gonna put all the chips on red. All the chips on Rhode Island. What are we saying? I'm from Kuwait. Yo, Kuwait? That's crazy. What's up? Kuwait in the chat. Good to have you. Kuwait in the chat. Man. Okay. Uber Scripts. Oop, maybe I shouldn't say the name. All right. Here's the rundown. I'm from Kentucky. Oil. Wait. Yeah, it is a bunch of oil there, isn't it? Okay, the lines are, there's 3 different companies. In Good Time Anthem, the line is, because there's love in your area, there are drivers. There are drivers in your area. It's a little clunky. We'll work on it. Workshop. Irish Exits. There's literally a tongue twister called Irish Wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. I wash my Irish wristwatch. Because there are Irish exits in your area. There are drivers in your area. Yeah. All right. Wait, are you in the USA? I am in the USA. Yes. Unless you're talking to Apocalypse, then no, Kuwait is not in the United States. Airport dads. Airport dads. Because there are airport dads in your area, there are drivers in your area. Okay. I'm gonna workshop this. You ready? Okay. So the intent is to create 3 different, distinct takes of each of these lines. Major brand. So I gotta do this right. Because there's love in your area. There are drivers in your area. Okay, maybe something like that. Shit. Wait, is that shit? Oh, it's cheese. It's a formaggio. It's a formaggio. It's a little bit of fromage with fragrant formaggio. Look at those things coming out of there. A block of delicious Swiss cheese. Irish exits. Because there are Irish exits in your area. No, not that. Thank you. Fromage. Because there are Irish exits in your area, there are drivers. There are drivers in your area. Yeah, maybe something like that. Because there are that's gonna fuck me up, dude. There are. You're hyping me up, guys. You're hyping me up. Because there's love in your area, there's drivers in your area. There are. Oh, not only is it once, it's twice in each line. There are. No. I don't want that. Thank you for all the love and support and great emojis in chat. All right. Let's see. For the time being, let's see. I'm at -9. I'm gonna put this down to like here, maybe. Okay. Maybe. Not trying to be rude. Oh, you're my favorite. Wait, hold up. You're my favorite Twitch streamer. I don't care how many viewers you have. I appreciate that. Thank you. No, it's not rude at all. It's just the nature of the game, and it takes a very, very, very long time to get any traction on this platform. So I fully expect it, and I fully expect there to be a tremendous amount of growth that needs to happen before you can like truly give a good performance and entertainment to people. So I want to say that I've done this on other platforms. I'm very new to Twitch, but I've sort of done an element of this on other platforms. So TikTok, I've definitely done that. I've got a few people that watch on TikTok, and this has the ability to incorporate TikTok as well. So I'm curious if I can at some point incorporate that audience too. They're very distinct audiences. I will say that it's a totally different vibe on TikTok. So if you're a woman, believe me, you will have 1,000 views. Yeah, you know what? It could happen. It could happen. Especially me. I'm big old no. So all I'm saying is that it's yeah. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I should stream with people. Maybe it could be a collaboration sort of a thing. But I think that I might incorporate a little bit more of gaming into it as well. Like, I do a lot of audiobook stuff. Most of my stuff incorporates the audiobook or the voiceover work that I do and the evolution of that, because it's something that I've worked on and with since I was like 12 years old. Something that I'm always going to do for the rest of my life. It's something that like my dad even did, right? Sort of. He was more of a musician, but I've been around recording equipment all my life, and I know it's going to be a part of my life for the rest of my life, and I'm slowly building the studio into something major, and this is like an intermediate step of it. So definitely something I'm never going to give up on, and I'm slowly building towards whatever this will become. I don't even know yet. We'll see. I'm in a clip. I love it. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, you are more than welcome to clip anything and everything that I put on here and put that anywhere on the web. If you want to put that on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, wherever, I'm totally fine with it, and I super support it, and I will repost it. That's how much I feel about that. So thank you for that. You got 60 views? Oh, that's cool. Nice. Wait, like you've already made a clip before and you put it somewhere else? Because that's super sick. Thank you for that. That's really, really cool. I'm flattered that you've done that. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Feel free. And I wonder if I can ever incentivize something like that. Hope you become more popular. Thank you. I think that that's just a function of persistence over time. Not just continuously doing it over and over again, but reinventing how you approach it every time. I've been blessed that I have the ability financially to now incorporate in, this booth that I'm in right now, into more lighting, into an iPad that's in front of me, into this microphone that's in front of me. And it's going to keep growing time and time again. And I think that it's a function of reinventing that. Streamlabs, super new to me, but really, really cool. I love the way this thing looks and the way it transitions from one scene to the other. it has its bugs. I got to figure out how it's doing a lot of what it's doing right now, but I love it. I just followed you on Instagram. Thank you so much for that. Instagram houses most of my modeling stuff, so that's going to be it's going to have less clothing articles over there. But I hope that's okay, and I appreciate all the support on that. Thank you. Oh, yeah, thank you for following me on Twitch. Oh, yeah, my pleasure, absolutely. And Apocalypse, I got you as well. I'll definitely give you a follow. Thank you so much for supporting me, coming in, and making it a fun time. This stream is nothing without you guys. Thank you. All right, so I want to try and see if I can get this real quick. Okay. I'm going to put these at, like, cam box? What is a cam box? Okay, this browser. Okay, maybe I have to put that down a bit. Maybe I'll put that at 11. And we should be good. We should be good. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and try a few takes on this. In Good Time Anthem. Eric Pullman. Because there's love in your area, there's drivers in your area. Because there's love in your area, there's drivers in your area. Because there's love in your area, there's drivers in your area. There are drivers in your area. I feel like I'm too breathy. On that. I don't know what's going on there. Finally. Thank you. Yes, I procrastinate. If you know it, like, just meeting you for the first time, I procrastinate compulsively. So my apologies. I will go on a tangent if possible. No, it's good, actually. Thank you. All right, let's see. Let me move this up just a little bit to make it more visible. And then let's record some more. Drivers in your area. Because there are Irish exits in your area, there are drivers in your area. There are drivers in your area. Ugh. Because there are Irish exits in your area, there are drivers in your area. There are drivers in your area. There's like, I think they chose this because there's so many consonants being thrown in your area. The R's are like notoriously an issue, especially for like anyone with a Midwestern accent. It's really hard for us to like get out of that. And I almost feel like if I just had like a nose thing going on where I like kind of pinched up the nose just a little bit and opened the airways, maybe I could actually do better takes. Better takes, more dates. Appreciate that. Thank you. Wait, what emoji is that? Hold up. Yo, go. All right, let's do it. Dude, pineapple on pizza belongs on pizza. Thank you for that. Welcome to the club. All right, let's see. Eric Pullman. Yikes. Eric Pullman. Because there are airport dads in your area, there are drivers in your area. Because there are airport dads in your area, there are drivers in your area. Because there are airport dads in your area, There are drivers in your area. There are drivers in your area. Dude, there are drivers in your area. Every single word with except for in contains an R. How many R's do we need? The Italian people will, no. The Italian people will definitely. They definitely will. You are so right. Dude, they don't put spices on anything, though. Except for, like, garlic and oregano. They're the most spicy white. Still not enough spice. I'm just saying. Could be spicier. It really could be spicier. It's a shame, though. Us white people, we don't put spices on anything, and it's such a shame. You gotta, like, if you wanna have a cultured palate, you gotta, like, bring, like, a pack of spices anywhere you go. Like, my spice rack is there's so much in it, right? There's so much nuance to all of these different spices. I mean, it's a beautiful thing what you can do with spices. You can really lighten up cuisine in a way. But you have this, I don't know, in my experience, very bland. Very, very bland. And you can clip me on that. No, all right. Hold up. Sorry, we lost a viewer. Sorry. My bad. White flight. No, I'm joking. The viewer better come back. That viewer ain't never coming back. They saw something in me they did not like. They're like the devil. And then I said the word spice, and they immediately yeeted themselves. That's all good. You know, they got like XQC to watch or something. I don't know. Like, all right, let's do it. Woo! Yo, can you see how many followers I have? Hold up. It won't let me see my followers. I could do that on my other account. It says 4. It says 4 followers. My man. Coming at you Sorry, that probably sounded so gross. When I said that. Don't forget us when you become famous. Absolutely not. You're becoming a record that I will always keep. You guys are becoming a record that I will keep on this hard drive for the rest of my life. I'm gonna make YouTube edits when I'm 46 years old and think about the good days of when it all started. Nice. I wanted to see, because I made a lot of clips on one day and it kind of got a lot of views. Oh, that's cool. I love that. That's fantastic. Unfortunately, a lot of times the traffic doesn't necessarily correlate with followers or subscriptions. Like, I've many times, like I have a couple of YouTube videos on my YouTube page and they're like re-uploads or whatever, but like you'll get 170,000 views, right? Easy on a re-upload. And that'll net you maybe like 200 followers. Because they're not like connecting with you as a person. They're connecting with like a piece of content. So at most they'll like it if you're lucky. But most people don't subscribe. Most people don't follow. On my Instagram, I've got 75,000, I think. 80,000. Last time I checked, it was 80,000. And it's like creeping up to 100K. But I'm like, dude, that's crazy. 100,000 people have watched my Instagram post. That's insane. And then you look at the follows and it's like 4,000. And you're like, okay, well, that's still quite a lot. But 100,000 versus 4,000, like, obviously people aren't resonating. They don't feel connected to it. They don't want to join along in that inertia reference frame. I prefer TikTok. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, definitely definitely check me out on TikTok. I'll definitely give you a follow on TikTok as well. My TikTok name is og.ego. That is also my kick chat. No, it's my kick name as well. So OG Ego. That's the rap moniker, guys. That's what I release on SoundCloud when I'm feeling frosty. In my eyes, just high because I'm new to Twitch. In my eyes, just high because I'm new to Twitch. Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. Especially if you're just getting started, and a lot of viewership that I'll have actually on Twitch will come from other platforms. So the best way to have it is to have all of your platforms synchronized into one location. And you really should have that central hub be YouTube, because you can cultivate, I don't know, you can't really cultivate an audience, but you can produce for your cultivated audience specifically on YouTube. And it's so good at finding your niche, and it's so good at putting you out there to those specific people that if you bring in the audience that you know you have from other platforms to it, then it can just like make you grow like crazy. I know everything about it, and I'm actually doing an audiobook on Mr. Beast's approach to it all. It's called How to YouTube, and that's gonna release here soon. But that is exactly his approach as well, where it's like you want to have a multitude of different sources that come into a singular source. And for me, discoverability is so high on TikTok. Like, it's amazing on TikTok, the amount of random people that you'll be put out to. The amount of times that I'll scroll on TikTok and I'll see somebody come up that I've never seen before that has 2 views. I don't know anybody that follows them. They don't follow anybody that I know. And yet I tune in and then I make a connection with that person. And like, they're actually somebody that I would definitely like to watch more of. It's crazy how specific and accurate that is. I love it. Yo, dude, in the chat, how old are you? Wait, what? Yo, dude in the chat. In my opinion, I like Twitch better than TikTok. Kick or Twitch? Dude, 100% Twitch. 100% Twitch. And I'm sorry, because I'm also broadcasting to Kick as well. Kick is not incorporated that well into other platforms. I'd love to see Kick grow and become something like a Twitch alternative. As of right now, I monetized on Twitch. It's really hard to do that, but in relation to Kick, it's actually way easier, because with Twitch you would need 3 concurrent viewers that watch you for, I don't know, a period of 30 days. And then you have to meet other things like follower count or like the amount of times that you go live or whatever. Those things super easy. They solve themselves. You just continuously show up and it happens. But the 3 concurrent viewers is the hardest metric to meet, because you have to be able to capture attention for a long enough time to have an average of 3 people be interested in what you're doing for the entirety of your stream. That's actually really, really difficult. Like you guys see in here, Sprung, I would not say that. I would not say that. I'm so sorry. I've been there, and hey, that's totally cool. You're cool. But I don't know what the age limit is here on Twitch, but I would be really careful with that. You have 2 different generations watching. Yeah, no, seriously. I think 16. Dude, yeah, no. Yeah, sometimes. Okay. No, that's definitely good. And also, I don't do anything on mine that's like 18 plus or anything. So this is that's tough. That's tough, bro. That's tough. I hope you're lying about that. Just because yeah. Yeah. I hope you're lying about that. Hey, I asked Google if kids can have Twitch, and Google said yes. I mean, there's the way that you're typing. It is not at all the way that I typed when I was that age. You must be lying about your age at this point. It's the accuracy of your words. It's the speed with which you write them, and it's the mental framing that you would need in order to ask these certain questions. I'm gonna say this is a ruse, and this might be a troll, but I will say for anybody that's under the age of 18, anybody watching this at some point, maybe even in the future watching this as playback, I don't do anything that necessitates an 18 plus. And if I do, like if I'm doing a gambling stream, for example, like if I'm making content about gambling strategies, I'm gonna put an 18 plus on that because I don't want to subject younger audiences to to that kind of content. I don't do anything that's explicit in nature at all. The most thing that I do is like I'll of course use offensive words, but no, say it. I don't text. Yeah, right. But yeah, so I'm just saying, I would say that if there is this video of me when I was, I think, 12 or 13, and I tuned into this. I used to broadcast on this website called Blog Talk Radio, and it was sort of like the early stages of streaming where you can call into this number and host your own online radio station. I thought that was so cool. How novel. You can just show up and you can call in, you can load up all of your tunes onto your computer, and then this system would play from like its internet connection, but like then you would call in and then talk to it or whatever. Like, I thought it was so neat at the time. That was the closest thing to streaming we had, so I did that when I was 12. Dude, like there's so much content of me out there being like 12 years old online, and it's cringe. But it's out there, and there's me calling into other radio stations, and they're like, "How old are you, man? Like, what are you doing?" And it's so funny that like even at that age, I was like putting myself out there and trying to like learn this world that exists that I knew I wanted to be a part of, but didn't know how to join. And the most important thing that you could have at that age, speaking from experience, is a mentor. The biggest thing that you could have is somebody to just tell you, like, if I had somebody sit me down, and I did, by the way, I had MTV Made, which was a show that they used to have. I had MTV Made come to my freaking high school And I sat in line for hours to get in to audition with these people. I got sat in front of a casting director, and he talked to me a little bit, and he said, all right, tell me about yourself, Eric. I'm like, my name is Eric, and I like to act. And they're like, well, Eric, what would you like to be made into? And I was like, I'd like to be made into an actor. And they were like, oh, okay, well, join the fucking club. Like, they're super like, yeah, whatever. Like, we've done this episode before. But, like, even back then, I couldn't help but express that is what I wanted to do. I would always Google compulsively, how do you become an actor? What do you do to get that? You would have copious amounts of, like, websites that say, like, oh, we sign up for this $15 a month and we'll make you into an actor, whatever. But, like, if I just had somebody sit me down and say, Eric, all you need is just to get in front of an agent and audition for them, get a couple headshots for a couple $100, and they'll submit you to everything. You don't have to do any work. You just get in front of some agents. They'll get your headshots. They'll get you hooked up to a manager, a proper manager that will connect you to a broader audience nationwide. Join Actors Access. Join casting networks. Those things, only those things. Just get some headshots. Get an agent. Most of them are free. Join Actors Access. Join casting networks. Put yourself out there. Find opportunities where they exist, which are on those websites. I used to think back, and I would listen. I would watch through an entire movie, and I would wait until the casting. Okay, so back then they used to have like the credits would roll, and back then they would like roll really slowly, and so you could actually read them. And I would wait until like the casting agent came up, and I would try to find them, and I would try to find their number and like figure out how do I get connected with these casting agents. And dude, it was absolutely impossible as a 12-year-old to be taken seriously by anybody. Meanwhile, like now you join into an agency, you sit down next to like 12 children, and you're like, okay, all right, well, I'm the oldest one in the room. Check it out. I'm like 25 and I'm surrounded by 25 children. Sweet. Where was this when I was your age? Like, there's so much rage that comes from that. It's so much bitterness that it's just like, dude, why couldn't I have had this back then? You know, stuff like that. It's just like, if I just had somebody sit me down and say, here's the room where it happens. Go over there and then ask my parents to drive me to the place, dude, it would have been so different. But, you know, I only say that not to be bitter, not to come across as like, this is what I should have done. This is what I'm saying this to say, this is what you should do if you're in this situation. No matter where you're at, no matter when you see this, that's what I want you to take away from it, is if you're in the same situation and you want that more than anything in the world, find yourself in front of an agent. Most cities have them. Most major cities have them. Find the closest major city, get an agent, get a couple headshots. That's all you need. And then wait and let them do the thing, and they'll send you a ton of opportunities. It's amazing. Speaking of, it just dawned on me that I have to join another agency that I was thinking about. But I mean, I wouldn't have this opportunity that I'm auditioning for today had it not been for the manager that I'm signed up with. That's amazing. That's so cool. If I land this is tens of thousands of dollars. Like, that's huge. Land that when you're 12 years old. You're set for life. Like, your legacy. Back in that day, it probably would have been best to avoid Dan Schneider. But all I'm saying is, like, you could become something over time if you just persistently work at it. And I know that this is what I want to do, and I know that I'm going to have huge regrets if I don't. I got a job. Oh, that's cool. What job do you have? What job do you have? Dude, when I was 12 years old, I was mowing lawns. That's what I was doing. I was mowing lawns when I was 12 years old. I saved up $400, and my mom said, put that in savings. Dude, that was the most L advice I've ever heard. I'm so, because like, dude, 10 years later, I'm like 22, 23 or whatever. And I was like, Mom, do I still have that savings account with like $400 in it? She's like, oh, yeah. And then she gave me all the information for it. And it grew to, I think it was like $412. Brother, if I bought Bitcoin, I'd be a millionaire by that point in time. And I knew about Bitcoin back in the day. That's what really fucking... All right, anyway. Hey, that's cool. I poured concrete. That is hard work. Then that's rewarding work, too. That's rewarding work, so that's fantastic. I bought myself a PS4, a monitor, $150 mount, a keyboard, and a mouse. Yeah, the APY on that was crazy. It was insane. 10 years later, I got $12. It was like just more than what I put in. Had I invested in the SP 500, the S&P 500, I would have probably doubled my money at that rate. Had I bought Bitcoin, I would have like demolished the market with how much I had in Bitcoin at that time. If I put half and half, like there's so many different ways that you could cut that I would come out on top. And yet the advice I was given, and you know, it's like advice that anyone would give you, right? They're like, hey, you should probably save that. And I did. It doesn't pay off though. A savings account is only really good if it's high interest earning and you can immediately transfer that to your checking account whenever you need it at a moment's notice. The only thing you should have in a savings account is like emergency money that you should need, maybe about like, I don't know, 3 months of income, maybe 6 months max. Anything beyond that should be investment income. Like no matter what the market looks like, that should all be investment income. Obviously, this isn't in financial advice, but I'm just saying, like, that is the best way to play the market. $312 table. Wait, I don't even think I'm allowed to say this, but I don't even care. I'm getting ready for winter. That's why I'm buying all this stuff. So when I come back home from school, I get to play on my PS4. Dude, you should stream on Twitch if you can. I don't know the rules for that. I don't know how like old you'd have to be to stream, but you should definitely stream on Twitch if you can. And I say this because the longer that you have been creating content, the better you are at it. The more you do it, the better you are. And that's true no matter what you're doing. The book that really emphasizes this is Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, wherein he describes the 10,000 hours necessary to gain mastery in a skill. It's not to say that it takes 10,000 hours to learn a skill, but it takes 10,000 hours to be a master at your craft. And the beautiful thing about being so young is that you can dedicate so much time, 10 years, to a project like that. If I started and really kept consistently coming at it and not have been poor, I would have been 10 years ahead of the game. You know, if we're talking 12 years old to 22, that's 10 years of experience and you're 22 years old. That's crazy. I don't know how to. You can automatically do it with PS4. You can automatically stream to Twitch. What you do is you link up. There's a setting in your PS4 that you can stream directly to Twitch. Find out what that setting is. I can't tell you specifically how to do it because I don't have a PS4, but find out what that, I would say Google whatever that is, and stream to Twitch. Don't even need a face cam. Don't even need a microphone. Stream to Twitch as much as possible and get really, really good at content creation. That is the biggest thing that you could do to improve your life substantially. Get better at communicating. Yo, Gavin the Maker. Okay, wait, hold up. How's Mr. Leafy Greens and methional therianol glutamyl? Dude, that is, I would say, probably some sort of amino acid. Like, you should probably express that as an amino acid chain in their letters that reflect those. Minimum, maximum, probably the coding for that, the protein codes. I forgot about that. Yes, 100%. That is the best thing you can do. Yo, there's a lot. See, 169.7. Dude, I wish I could stay up longer, but I'm gonna go to bed. Yo, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you, Sprung Bean. Thanks so much for tuning in. Good luck in all of your endeavors. Feel free to come back whenever you'd like, and yeah, just good luck. Good luck, absolutely. And yeah, I will definitely tune into your streams. I'll support you, however, but you've got this, and just keep at it. Honestly, if you just keep continuously improving yourself and giving it your all, it'll give you so much back in return. It's amazing what can happen if you just pour your heart into something. So that's, if I could recommend anything, I would recommend that. It's like if I could tell myself anything at that age, that's what I would say, is just pour yourself completely into something, and that something should be what you love the most. And in my opinion, anything that expresses that through content creation is the best. Peep the molar mass, dude, 100%. When's the next stream, boss? It's a good question, because I've been doing a lot of editing recently. I think I'm going to be mostly focused on editing. So if I do stream, it'll probably be like a chill editing stream until I get this project done. At which point, I'd say the next streams are going to come up fairly soon. I want to hit the gym as much as I can. Really get that habit more formed, because I've been feeling a little pudgy myself. I've been feeling some pudge emerge. We can't have that. We can't have the pudge. So I'm going to be focused on more of those things at the moment, but at minimum next week Monday, we're gonna come back with a vengeance. So that's what I'm gonna think. I'm probably gonna use this weekend mostly to wrap up that project and release it, and then I'm gonna use this week to really focus in on health and well-being. I think that's probably gonna be it. So thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you, and have a great night's sleep. Have a great night. Sleep as much as you can until you got to pour concrete, because that's a tough job. And appreciate you. Have a good night, Dr. Hollister. Hey, thank you so much. I'm actually not personally leaving. I'm going to continue auditioning, but I had to say goodbye to Sprung Bean, who's saying that he's taking off for the night. Dude, I'll tell you what, though. I'm cast as Dr. Hollister, right? Here, let me pull this up, actually. I want to see if I'm still on the website. So if you go to imdb.me/EDP, those are my initials, okay? That's not, those are my actual initials. So it is that, but only because, anyway. So have a good night, man. Have a good night. I got no notifications on, so I hope it works. Hey, absolutely, my man. All right, so real talk. This is my IMDb. Dude, you cannot see anything on here. That's crazy. You cannot see anything. All right, hold up. Okay, is that better? No, it's not. All right, hold up. I got this. Window capture. There we go. That's my IMDb. That's what it looks like. So that's me. That's imdb.me/EDP. That stands for Eric Daniel Pullman, okay? It doesn't stand for whatever EDP made that into. It doesn't. It stands for my name and my name only, okay? So we're going to rebrand that. They've dragged it through the mud for the last time, okay? All right, so this is my name, and yeah, this is my IMDb, and it shows everything that I've done so far. That's IMDb worthy. Of course, I've done a lot of other things, but not things that have gone on IMDb. As you can see, this dude, who done it? Yo, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hi, sorry to bother you. I have a question. Do you ASMR with plastic straws from Starbucks while recording the sound of a debit card going through a caramel macchiato? While recording the sound of a debit card going through for a caramel macchiato. Dude, that is such a comment right there. That is such a comment. No, I have never done that. I've never done that a singular time. But now I want to. And I only want to do that now. For the remainder of my streams, I just want to do that. So, yeah, because caramel macchiatos cost quite a pretty penny, as you might have guessed. If you ever got one from Starbucks, if you're a Starbucks queen like myself, you would know that fucker takes like 19 of your dollars away, if you can believe it. Some of my ASMR girls, and they replied with, "What?" My brain just exploded. Well, they don't have the improv ability, all right? You got to comment back and say, "That was great, and I love you, and Queen, you're looking fantastic today." But I love it. I love it. I love it. And hey, listen, I think that's a challenging one for a lot of people. It's a challenging one. I got to admit, that one's a challenge. But I love a challenge. I love to play with things, and when things are thrown my way, I love to just to juggle. I love to juggle. And one of the things that I'm juggling here today is this IMDb listing. One of the things I'm confronting right now is this email that I got that says, are you ready for nearly 10 years? Hold up. But what? But I'm listed. They go, are you ready for nearly 10 years to show up at this year's, that's what they said. They said, this year's film festival? This year? It's August. What have they done? You know what my chat reflects? Nothing. My chat has reflected nothing. It's reflected absolutely nothing has happened on that project. And I'm over here looking at this. It says pre-production. So I'm just to assume that they haven't done anything yet with it, and I'm awaiting the script. I'm waiting for the film set one day. I'm waiting for the moment the shoe drops, the penny explodes, for them to just say, Eric, quit your job today, come up to Michigan. I need you to do this project. I'm waiting for that. And I've got this email that says, are you ready for nearly 10 years? This summer. I'm like, brother, it's almost fall. What are we doing here? So I'm like, I have no idea if I still have the part or not. I really hope I do, because, like, this is, for one, this is one of the only things that's on my list. I really need this. God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it. My connection in LA got me this job. I don't want to let them down, you know? Is there conversation that's happening behind the scenes that I don't know about? Are they talking to a bunch of people that I don't know? Are they like, Eric, where are you? We need you tomorrow. Like, what's going to happen with this is my anxiety. But it does say pre-production. So all I can assume is that it's in pre-production. The script is still being read, still being edited. They're still finding funding for it all. They're still finding locations. They're still performing blocking, cinematography. There's so much that goes into it. So, although it's listing me currently as Dr. Hollister, and although I would love for that to be the case, I just don't know at this point in time. So, here's to hoping, guys. Here's to hoping. Yeah, cool people that are involved in this, though, I will say. Like, let's see, where is she? Wait, is she not on this project anymore? Oh, maybe I have to go to all casting crew. Thought I was on that, though. Dude, that's actually really sad if she's off that project. Dang. But, let's see. I think it's Anna. I think that's her name. David, Anna Gunn, though. Anna Gunn, Skylar White. Yo, you guys fucking with Skylar White, dude? Yeah, dude, happy birthday, Marilyn Monroe. Hold up. Anna. I thought this would show my connections first, but it's really not. Hi, Eric. Your profile. Let's look at my profile. Eric Paul. What you trying to pull, huh? This is me. So these are two projects that I'm involved with that character. It's nearly 10 years in Family Undivided, but see, I don't know. I don't know. See preliminary cast. Yeah, this girl. Okay, cool. Yeah, this girl, she's a good follow for anybody who who doesn't follow her on Instagram already. But yeah, so she's really cool, and I connected with her on Instagram, but she's part of like these real shorts that play on like Instagram and stuff. So I don't know if you guys are a fan of all that, but she does a lot of those projects. So I was hoping to, be on set and be able to like make that connection and be able to figure out like, how do you get into projects like this and like figure out more about the industry in that regard? Like there's so much to learn in that whole world that just excites me. So to be able to potentially not do that project would make me really sad. Anyway, what else are we doing, guys? What else are we doing? Because I think we're down. I don't know where we went down, but I think we're down a bit. All right. Let's try one more go at these auditions, and then I'll move on to some audiobook auditions. And then I'll take all of this and edit it upstairs. I won't really like... Yeah. Okay. Recording scene. Yeah, it's literally there's a section for a refresh browser when scene is not active. And I don't have that selected, so I don't know what's the deal, guys. I don't know what's the deal. But we're going to take the hoodie off because it's getting a little toasty. Oh, that's when you know we're about to drop some business. Business. All right. All right. Let's get down to business to defeat these auditions. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. Airport dads. We're going to go back to this at the bottom. In good time at the top. And then we're going to record on in good time. Oh, you know what? There we go. Eric Pullman. Eric Pullman. Because there's love in your area. Because there's love in your area. There are drivers in your area. There are drivers in your area. Because there's love in your area. There are drivers in your area. Because there's love. Because there's love in your area, there are drivers in your area. Because there's love in your area, there's drivers in your area. There are drivers in your area. There are drivers in your area. Because there's love in your area, there are drivers in your area. There are drivers in your area. Let's check my notes on this. Because I think that she gave me some notes. She said... Okay, at the beginning of each file, state your name, brief pause, first time, second time, third time with a pause in between. We're doing that. 3 takes each line, brief pause in between, 3 files, 1 file of airport dad, Irish exits, and in good time. And then, okay, let's see. Do 3 takes of each line. It says third take, make it their own. Which would end up being 9 takes total, but only 3 lines on each slides. That was the only attachment the agent sent. FYI, okay, so we also have to look into Source Connect, which is a pretty penny. But apparently it's used in most VO work, in most professional voiceover work. So, we're going to have to get it, guys. We're going to have to get it. Of course, we're going to write it off on our taxes, because we're a freaking tax genius. And we also need to do that. like, reasons. I make too much money elsewhere, and I need to get that money back somehow. And this is my passion. I gotta buy things for my passion. Otherwise, I'm gonna live a passionless life. We don't need that. It's just gonna drive me insane slowly. Okay. I think I read Airport Dad, and I thought that was a note. But it's not. I think there are no notes. Oh, here are the notes. So it's 30s to 50s. So quite a big. I do sound older. Open to all ethnicities. There we go. Equality. Sorry. there's no reason for me to say. All right. Slides attached. Warm and conversational with a touch of energy. Nothing robotic or forced. Warm energy. I'm picturing nice, warm, sunny day. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Everything you could ever want. Everything the light touches will one day be yours, Simba. Make it your own and have fun with it. All right. Okay. I can do that. Nice. My thread got 50,000 views. Sick. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for following me on Threads. I'm a big Threads guy. Sorry, I got a notification that popped up the moment I pressed record, so I had to announce it. Matter of fact, let me turn the notifications off. I'm going to put on Do Not Disturb until tomorrow morning. There we go. Because there's love in your area, there are drivers in your area. Eric Pullman. Because there's love in your area, there are drivers in your area. Because there's love in your area, there are drivers in your area. There are drivers in your area. Because there's love in your area, there are drivers in your area. There's drivers in your area. Because there's love. Because there's love in your area, there's drivers in your area. Because there's love in your area, there are drivers in your area. Because there's love in your area, there are drivers in your area. I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but I'm just saying I'm like really trying to like put as much energy into this to like really give it my best shot. Not be perfect, but give it my best shot. This is the best that I can give at the moment. And I would love to be chosen. That's it. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. Because there are Irish exits in your area. Eric Pullman. Eric Pullman. Because there are Irish exits in your area, there are drivers in your area. Because there are Irish exits in your area, there are drivers in your area. There are drivers in your area. Because there are Irish exits in your area, there are drivers in your area. There are drivers in your area. Because there are Irish exits in your area. Because there are Irish exits in your area, there are drivers in your area. There are drivers in your area. I mean, honestly, I think that's the best I got. Because there are Eric Pullman. Eric Pullman. Because there are airport dads in your area. Because there are airport dads. There are. Because there are airport dads in the area. Because there are airport dads in your area, there are drivers in your area. Because there are airport dads in your area, there are drivers in your area. 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 Because there are airport dads in your area, there are drivers in your area. Because there are airport dads in your area, there are drivers in your area. Because there are airport dads in your area, there are drivers in your area. There are drivers in your area. There are drivers in your area. That is probably the best I got. That is airport dads is like such a weird thing to say. Like, because there are airport dads in your area, there are drivers in your area. Because there are airport dads in your area, because there are airport dads in your area, there are drivers in your area. It's just like, do I want to go serious with it? Like, airport dads is such a... how you say... such a unique, such a specific term. This is a very, very niche. I don't know why I wanted to do a French accent there. Ah, mais oui. Mais oui would. Alright. So I think that's the best that I got. That is warm, conversational, with a touch of energy. With a touch. Just a touch of energy. That's what we got. Loving is what I got. I've said remember that. Whoa. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We got split view. There we go. A, C, X. Split view with abdominals on Twitch over here. All right. Let me try that again. Dude, I love the future, but like, it's not perfect. Oh, whatever. Twitch. Come through for me, baby. Come on, baby. Come through for me. Come for me. Oh, sorry. Whoa. What did I said? Come through for me. I said come through for me. Not whatever you think I said. That is crazy. All right. My projects in production. So we got the production, and then we also have legal foundations of a free society that we need to produce. It's been a while. Sort by. You can sort by Amazon sales rank. I love it. That's actually what I want to do. Not what I had thought, but let's see. About this title. Yeah, zeros. So find project. I'm looking through. Would be more entertaining if I had this view over here. Chatting. Whoa. Let's not. Okay, no information was on there. I was like, I mean, I don't care. Like, you could message me, whatever, but like, I can consent to that, not anybody else that messaged me. So, that's the only thing I care about. All right. Go back to chatting. I've got to be more careful with that because I've done that several times. And I know that I can do a chat buffer to fix it. I'm not super skilled on the chat buffer. So, and it would kill the immediacy with which I can respond to people on here. So, why can I only block people on here? I don't want to block people. I want to follow people. There we go. I want to give you fools a follow. All right, what else? Let's find a project. There's a lot of like church-oriented projects. I think this is what we need to do. We need to go into genre. Huh. All right. Because I need those on everything except for religion. I'm not going to do a book on religion. Brother. Oh. I was like, okay, I'm watching it on a different screen. I'm thinking, bro, I literally just. Yeah, Peter's escape from kids. From prison. Kids' Bible stories. Children's audios book. Nowhere in there is it stating that it's religion. The fact of the matter is that I cannot bring life to a project like that. I cannot bring life to a project like that. This one might be interesting. The Arts Official, How to Interact with Artificial Intelligence. Oh, man. That's scary. 0 ratings. We don't want to audition for something with 0 ratings. Because there's a reason why we don't want to do that. Because I don't know who the rights holder of this is. I don't know if we message them. Well, we could find it out if we message them. But nowhere in here does it state who the rights holder is. Wait 1 second. Gives me notes. Interesting. Oof. Boston. I was looking for a Boston accent. I'm curious if I can do like a Boston accent. Tired of being stuck? You're grinding hard, but your bank account doesn't show it. You see other men moving differently? Commanding respect, building wealth, and effortlessly attracting women you're chasing. You've been told success is just about luck or connections? That's a lie designed to keep you in average. An average. The truth? You're playing the wrong game, sucker. Chasing women before your wealth is secure. Seeking validation instead of building value. And trying to win with cheap tactics is the broke man's cycle. It's a game you will always lose. So, what if you had the blueprint to flip on the script? What if you could stop chasing and become the one who is chased. The art of being that guy is a raw, strategic playbook for men who are ready to boss up for real. For real. Written by Andrew Tanaka, a self-made man, millionaire, big blue collar carpenter, the multi-venture entrepreneur, investor, and mentor. This guy gives you the step-by-step system he used to build his own empire. This is the real-world strategy that they don't teach you in school. It's time to be that guy. I don't know. Should we do it? Chat? 500 likes and I'll do this. Hello, producers. Thank you for your interest in, quote, the art of being that guy, quote. It's not just another self-help book. It's a direct, no-nonsense playbook for men. On how to build wealth, influence, and a life of purpose. Project marketing. The target audience is highly engaged men of marketing, age 20 to 45, focused on self-improvement, entrepreneurship, and dating strategy. A demographic that has heavily consumed audio content, myself included. My marketing plan includes promotion to my dedicated mentorship community and an email list of 2,500 plus subscribers, a planned podcast tour targeting audiences in the entrepreneur and the men's development space, targeted ad campaigns. Why don't you do your own audiobook then? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's 500 plus followers, or 5,000 plus followers. Yeah. Why don't you make it yourself, man? It's probably going to come across a lot better if you make it yourself. Let's do it. Not overly arrogant. I don't like that. Only because it sounds fun. Let's be honest. Not everyone is going to make it. Some men will stay broke, lost, frustrated. They'll keep making the same excuses. Chasing the wrong things and wasting the potential. They'll scroll endlessly through social. They'll scroll endlessly through social media, watching other men win, convincing themselves. Let's have some fun with it. Convincing themselves that success is just about luck or connections. They'll stay trapped in the same cycle, complaining, procrastinating, and blaming the world. For their failures. But that's not going to be you. I know this because I was once that man. I know this because I was once that man. Young, hungry, but stuck chasing validation and shortcuts. I was grinding hard, making a little money here and there, casually dating, but deep down, feeling empty and unfulfilled. I I vividly remember sitting in my car one evening after a long shift, frustrated by another paycheck, barely barely covering barely barely covering my expenses. It hit me hard. No amount of hustle was gonna fix my life until I fix myself first. That moment changed everything for me. I stopped looking for external validation and started investing in building real life skills. And started investing in building real skills, real discipline, and real financial literacy. These results weren't instant, but they were permanent. I transformed myself from a man merely surviving into one who commands respect, builds genuine wealth, and attracts high-quality relationships. Not by chasing them, but by earning them. If you picked up this book, you already know that there's more out there for you. You feel it. You see other men moving differently, winning in business, respected by their peers, and effortlessly attracting high quality women. They make it look easy. They walk into a room and elicit attention. Not by being the loudest, but by being the most centered. They move with purpose. They move with purpose. They don't chase opportunities of validation. Opportunities and people come to them, and you want that. But here's the truth. Bossing up ain't luck. And it damn sure isn't random. It's science, a mindset, and a strategy. And with this book, you're about to get the blueprint to mastering it. Let's get one thing straight. This isn't some soft, sugar-coated self-help book that will tell you to believe in yourself and everything will magically fall into place. No, that's not how the real world works. This is a playbook, a mix of hard-won experience, actionable strategy, and raw truth that will show you exactly how to build your empire. That will show you how to exactly build your empire. That will show you exactly how to build your empire. Your empire. Exactly how to build your empire. Elevate your status and attract the life you deserve. I'm not here to sell you a dream. I'm here to show you, step by step, exactly how I bossed up mentally, financially, and socially. So you can do this. So you can do the same. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, just real strategy and execution. Just real strategy and execution. Just real strategy and execution. Dude, that was the worst audition I've ever done. That shit will be so funny if I get that. That shit will be so funny. Alright, I'm going to message that to myself. Girlfriend's coming home. Heart react. Message it to myself. DOUCHE. I don't pop up there anymore. I don't know why. There we go. See if we could do this. All right. It's official. I'm like, is that how you spell it in French or like for real? That's what happens when you learn French. You're like, oh, is this how you spell it in French or the real term? Because we take so much from French for our language. It's, yeah. There's a chance you've already heard the arguments. AI flattens creativity. It's just regurgitated data. This is the beginning of the end. Real artists don't need a machine. You might even agree with them. So do I. This book doesn't change your mind about artificial intelligence. It exists to help you notice how you show up when you're speaking to something that listens. It exists to help you notice how you show up when you're speaking to something that listens without judgment. Even if that something isn't human. Even if that something isn't human. That might sound strange, uncomfortable, maybe even a little threatening. That might sound strange, uncomfortable, maybe even a little threatening. But so is growth. But so is growth. But so is growth. So is intimacy. So is evolution, specifically the kind you initiate yourself. We're living in a time where AI, artificial intelligence, is either worshipped or weaponized. We're living in a time where AI, artificial intelligence, is either worshipped or weaponized. Sold as salvation. Sold as salvation or warned as doom. Or warned as doom. But rarely approached like but rarely approached like a mirror. This book, that's what this book offers you. Not a tool, not a trick, a reflection. A reflection. A reflection. A reflection. A reflection. A reflection. When I first opened a chatbot with AI, I didn't come looking for shortcuts. I came with fear, curiosity, and the kind of tiredness you feel when you've been carrying questions too long. I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't expect to feel seen, not by the machine, but by myself. The words I typed revealed how much I'd been revealed how much I'd been holding back. The replies came structured, calm, without judgment. And for the first time in a long time, I slowed down enough to hear my own thoughts clearly. That moment didn't feel like technology. It felt like relief. Where people go wrong using AI isn't in asking questions. It's in how they frame them. They treat it like a vending machine. Insert prompt, expect an answer. But AI isn't magic. But AI isn't magic. It reflects back the clarity, the intention, the patience you bring to it. It reflects back the clarity, the intention, the patience you bring to it. Rushed prompts create rushed answers. Vague prompts create vague answers. When you slow down, when you bring presence to the exchange, you discover more than content. You discover more than content. You discover a mirror. You discover a mirror. That's the point most people miss. All right, that's pretty good. I'll take that. What are we at? 2210? 2210. All right. I would like to go one more. Let's go to my projects. Let's go to find projects. Sort by best-selling rank. I swear, if this is making me download the whole project. Okay. Okay. Jeez. It is so long. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna just keep it at that, to be honest. Because, I mean, if you think about it, that really is like 3 auditions. It's the main one, my main focus, and then 2 audiobooks. So, like, it's enough. Maybe I'll do this next time, but it's literally like 2 pages as an audition. So, I'm gonna say probably not for right now, but they did have a pretty good Amazon ranking though, so I might come back to it. All right. Okay. So, for the record, this is called ADHD Parenting. That was the book that I was considering for a moment, but it had a very long audition. So I kind of, I'm into the topic of like neurodivergence and ADHD, and I think it'll go into like, how to support that, which is I think is just a good thing to know from any perspective. So I think that's definitely something I'll return to at some point. Maybe it'll be up next time I'm back, but for right now, this is it. I'll turn off the chat box for time being. Should probably turn off the tip jar too, to be honest. But just wanted to say thank you to everyone who tuned in. There we go. Just want to say thank you for everyone who tuned in. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much to all the follows in the chat. I see you. Thank you. I think we got a few follows in here. This stream. So we love to see it. We got 1, 2, 3. Got 3 people that followed. So thank you, everybody who followed. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone who popped in for a moment to say hi. Very good to see each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who has tipped thus far. Really appreciate it. You guys are awesome for cheering me on. Thank you so much for all the love, all the support, especially in the chat. A lot of you guys saying that you'll go far. Love your stuff. Despite the low view count, we love you. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Bear with me. We're gonna make this better. As for right now, though, I think that this is a good place to wrap things up. We're about 2 hours in. So when we come back at some point, we'll either dive into one of these projects or we'll even do something for YouTube. Who knows? I think there's been a lot of things that I'd like to jump on as far as topics go. So I think once I get the desk set up, I might be doing some more stuff in here, maybe even throw up a green screen so we can do something with that kind of content. I've got enough space to really create something in here, even if I move it down and create it from there. I think there's some potential within this space. So thank you, everybody who tuned in or is watching this on the playback. I appreciate you. Thank you for your love and support, and I will be back very soon. If not, at some point this week, definitely at the start of next week. And yeah, that's all I got for today. So thank you guys. Thanks again. And I will always be extremely grateful to each and every one of you. So thank you. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Luna, before you go, could we all sing a song together?
Oh, yes. We still have time for a song.
Well, you know my favorite song, Bear. Would you like to sing it?
Oh, yes, we'd love to.
Sí, me gustaría mucho. Hey, this was really fun.
We hope you liked it too.
Seems like we've just begun
When suddenly we're through.
Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye.
'Cause now it's time to go.
But hey, I say, well, that's okay.
'Cause we'll see you very soon, I know.
Very soon I know.
Oh, when we have to go away.
It's kind of sad, but then
It's nice to know.
it won't be long
Till we get to see each other again.
till we meet again. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. And tomorrow, just like today, the moon, the bear, and the big blue house will be waiting for you to come and play. To come and play. To come and play. Bye now.
Yeah, honestly, I fuck with it. Looks pretty good. Although, I think I do want to put like a little spot for me to appear in that chat. Cause I think it'd be cool to like pop in if I wanted to.